evaluating your competition. Before or while we are actively building links, it's great to know the off-page SEO strategy of your competitors. After all, if they rank in the top 10 in Google, they must have some great backlinks supporting their authority, along with high-quality content and great user engagement, of course. You can easily study their content, website structure, and techniques to engage the user. So now you need to find out who links to them. We can find out with some free tools and some paid-for tools. Here's a couple free ones. SEO review tools, small SEO tools. Actually, free tools are changing all the time, so it's best to go to Google and do a search for free backlink auditing tool and choose a link. Most results, or actually all results, will be free, and I say this in quotes, mainly to show you their paid plans. But the two tools above will actually show a decent list of backlinks for your domain you enter. At least it was when I recorded this video. Now, the best tools obviously require a paid subscription, but if you're on a limited budget, the good news is that most of these tools have a free week or some sort of reduced plan as an introduction. So, what are the best SEO tools for checking backlinks? Well, there's about 3 of them vying for the top spot. There's Ahrefs, SEMrush, and Majestic. And an honorable mention is Moz. We talked about Moz before and their free search metrics toolbar for Chrome, where we originally did competitor research. Now, I won't go into detail on all of these, as they all use slightly different metrics. But what I will say is that each tool relies on collections of huge data providers to collect Google's actual search results and where the websites are positioned, and then uses their own software to interpret that data. Because I do have a subscription to Ahrefs, let's do a quick tour of their data and analyze our favorite website, Mummyhood 101. Okay, so here we are at Ahrefs. I don't endorse this tool. You could use any tool, free or paid. It'll give you similar information. This is just what I use and have a subscription for. So let's type in Mummyhood 101 and find out why they rank so well. We want the domain without the subdomains because if they have, say, shop.mummyhood101, Google treats that as a completely different site. We just want to know this site itself. All right, so a couple figures here. The UR is the strength of the page, and it's a factor from 1 to 100, and DR is the overall domain. So 44 is a pretty strong authoritative site. I would say anything over 30 is pretty authoritative. Each piece of software, each ranking tool has their own score and their own ratings, but generally they're all 1 out of 100. They just have different names. So for Majestic, they would have a trust flow, while Ahrefs would just have a domain rating. I think that's what it's called, yeah. Okay, it shows they have 850 domains referring to them with a total of 9.7 thousand backlinks. Okay, according to Ahrefs, they have about 123,000 visitors coming to the site per month, and that is calculated by how many times they show up in the search results and at what position. Okay, and the traffic value is 88,000. So if Mummyhood 101 was only doing Google AdSense, in order to get this traffic and in order to rank where they are, they would have to spend $88,000 a month in order to achieve the same results. So you could say that by ranking organically, they're saving $88,000 a month. Okay, looking at the referring domains, we can see the entire history of their SEO efforts. So they started around March of 2013. They didn't really do any SEO work until December of that year, then not much in 2015, and then pushes again in 2016 and May 2017. Okay, and then a huge amount this year. So this year they either did a lot of SEO work, or more likely, because they've achieved top rankings, their website is now visible across many keywords, just as I found them. So other websites are likely now linking to them because they see this site as an authority in the niche, which it now is. And this is actually the holy grail you are looking for. And this has happened to many of my sites once they achieve top positions. Remember, newer websites hoping to rank create blog posts and other content, and good content practices means linking to other authority websites to show Google that you don't just have affiliate links on your website. You want to link out to other authority sites as well. So this is probably how they achieved all their links this year. Scrolling down a bit more, we could see referring pages. And there's a big spike here, but not a big spike in the domain. So this is likely one or two spam sites with 10,000 pages linking to them. And we could actually find out a bit more about this by looking. So this was around April 2018. We could go to their organic search to the same time, April. So we could see a little spike here. So whatever happened worked, but then they nosedived a bit here. So they probably realized that whatever efforts they were doing did not pay off, so they quickly got rid of whatever they were doing there. So this is likely some black hat stuff they were doing here. Okay, new and lost referring domains. So they got a big amount of domains in November, so they did some good SEO there. And losing these are either websites that become unpublished or pages that become unpublished or people change their links. It's just a natural link loss here. Okay, the position of links around the world. So you got Canada, US, Australia, India, a little bit in Colombia, France, stuff like that. Okay, and finally, you can see their anchor text link profile. They have very few keyword phrases, just one down here at the bottom. The rest are branded and URL phrases. So when you have the link, it would actually say http mummyhood101.com or just mummyhood101. Okay, more at, and then no text here. These would be images. We could actually see the full report here to see what their anchor text profile is. So go down here, we could see a couple keywords down here, but it's 1% or less of their overall profile. So this is actually a very healthy anchor text profile and something you'd want to replicate. Obviously it works because they're at the top of the search engines. And then lots more keyword links down here, but again, less than 1%. Read more, stuff like that. Okay, now let's look at the actual backlinks. So these are the websites that actually link to them. You can see they have a whole pile of them from Ahrefs. And you can definitely go down a big rabbit hole by looking at all these links. So we'll just look at a couple. So again, that shows their power here. So this site here would have a domain rating of 30, which is just on the borderline between authority and not authority. Okay, there's 93 other websites that link to that site. Domains, so traffic is 0. So if their domain authority is pretty high, but they're getting no traffic, that's a bit suspicious. Okay, and then what the anchor text and backlink is right here, it's diaper pails. So that's definitely a keyword link. So let's go check it out right now just to see what's going on. Okay, pretty plain site, just text. Okay, and I very quickly figured out what this is. This is called a PBN, or a private blog network. It's a very black hat way to get SEO, or to get backlinks, I should say. And the link was diaper pails. It's somewhere in here. They're actually hiding it. You can click Control F or Command F to do a search. Diaper pails. And there's the link right there. So it's hidden. You don't actually see it. So you could tell that this site is made for the search engines. It's made for Google to help rank Mummyhood 101. It's not made for people. So if Google catches sites like Mummyhood 101 doing this, they're going to de-rank this site, and they might actually even punish Mummyhood 101 if they do this too often. All right, the next one is Best Baby Bottle. Don't waste your money.com. Okay, they review baby bottles, and it's an obvious affiliate website for Amazon. Here's their affiliate links right here. Yeah, this is actually kind of a neat website. It's an interesting way to present information. So they curate content and reviews and opinions from other authority websites, as you can see right here. So what other experts liked and what they didn't like. Scroll down a bit. We could see our link right here. So full review, and one here as well, full review. So this is actually kind of neat. So this is definitely a case of an affiliate website that wants to have good quality content by linking to other authority websites as well. So this is actually a really good way to do it. This is probably a site you would want to study more. And if we go back here, we can see that their DR is 57, which is actually higher than Mummyhood 101, so that's awesome. But they don't do that much SEO because they only got 46 domains referring to them. While if we go back here a page, we can see that they have 850, so they have quite a bit more. Go forward, or just click backlinks here. Okay, but that's a pretty neat site. I'm impressed with that one. Okay, third one. Okay, only a domain rating of 5. That's really, really low. And again, no traffic, so it's probably a black hat SEO method. And indeed it is. So you can see that it looks very similar to this, where it's just articles, and probably not particularly good articles either. Clinical psychology refers to a branch of psychology that bargains while using the diagnosis. So it doesn't make sense at all. What this is called is article spinning. It's automated software that creates articles, spits them out, and then somebody puts a link on it. So what's going on here is Mummyhood 101 is likely subscribing or using an SEO service, and this SEO service owns a whole pile of domains, and that's what's called a private blog network. They own a whole bunch of blogs, which they then rent out links to other websites. So as you can see here, this is a completely different site. And to find Mummyhood 101, we'll probably have to go down a bit. It's probably best to do a Control F again. Mummyhood. And it was a keyword link, I believe. Best baby foods. There we go. So she's trying to rank for best baby food. And there it is right there. So there's her link. And it was actually pretty recent, so the website owner's doing it right now. Okay, and then this would link to their home page. So I'm surprised they're not linking to their best baby food page. Maybe they don't have one. Oh, there it is right there. So I'm surprised it's not they're not actually linking to this page. That would make more sense. But be that as it may, they are linking to their home page. So again, this is, let's go back there. So again, this is a very black hat method. Google hates this, and if they catch you doing this, they can severely penalize your site. They would definitely do their best to take this site down. And the fact that I found it so easily means that Google definitely knows about this site as well. There are techniques to hide these sites from places like Ahrefs, so they didn't do a very good job of that. But be that as it may, it shows up here. And just the fact that it has 0, and then you can see this one as well, 0, 0. Okay, that's a press release, so that's a little different. Here's another one that shows 0 traffic. And again, I'm pretty sure I covered this before, that if your site, or if a site gets 0 traffic and it's posing as an authority site, so this one here, DR30, and yet it gets no traffic, Google's going to very quickly find that site and delist it, and delist all the links from that site. Okay, the next site would be a site called thewirecutter.com with a massive authority of 81 out of 100. It's actually probably the highest. this is actually one of the largest affiliate websites in the world. It was so big that the New York Times bought it for about $30 million, I believe. And the fact that they have links from the Wirecutter is huge, and it's probably what caused them to catapult to the top, is the fact that the Wirecutter endorses them. So these are all affiliate links from the Wirecutter. See right here, it's a New York Times company. Now let's look for what the anchor text was. It is Mummyhood 101. So let's just look for that. Mummyhood, oh, there it is right there. We looked at online customer reviews and media coverage, including by Consumer Reports, Baby Gear Lab, Mummyhood 101, and on and on. So they're grouping Mummyhood 101 as an authoritative site. So this really helps that website gain authority status. So that's probably the reason why, one of the single reasons why they're ranking so well. So another one, Geek Wrapped, I've heard of that one before. Okay, and the final site we'll look at that I've noticed is AB Newswire. This would be a press release service, so they're doing press releases as well. And let's take a look at it. Okay, it takes you to the contact page. There's the link. Well, we want to see what the actual press release is. Okay, there it is. Okay, done pretty recently as well. So it's a very generic release, and if we go back to the About Us, those under details, doesn't even list the author or anything about the website, so it's a bit of a lost opportunity here to help build up their author profile. But they do have the link. It's very likely that the website company that they hired just did this for them, just for a cheap press release and gain a couple links. But there it is. We're going to be talking about press releases later. Here's one right here. So we could spend hours and hours on this, but the point is, look through the backlinks of your competitor and record them in your own spreadsheet. So what we want to do is try to replicate what they're doing, since it's obviously working well for them, though I probably wouldn't do those black hat methods. So from this couple-minute search, we found out that they have links from a couple very high authority websites, which is likely responsible for a majority of their own ranking power. And they have links from other affiliate websites as well, likely due to them to being high authority. So this is more of a chicken and an egg thing, that when do you become the authority for other sites? Once other sites link to you, then you know you've pretty well made it, along with your rankings and profit as well, of course. Okay, they also send out press releases. Not sure if there's more here. We could keep looking if we want, but we know that they do it as well. Lots more Wirecutters links as well. They do directory listings. So on and on. So go through other competitors in your niche, do the same thing, look for common patterns, backlinks from sites that come up again and again, and more importantly, look for more personal blogs to record in your spreadsheet. That is, websites that have a name and a face to it and contact info. So if I was wanting to compete with them, I would probably go to Don't Waste Your Money and look for the contact info of this person. Assuming the same, we can go down to the bottoms. I don't see an about. Oh, there it is, about. Okay, because in the near future, we'll want to contact these people for a backlink to our site as well, and I'll discuss this in future lectures.